Welcome to Nasdaq TradeTalks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. We're coming to you live from Hong Kong at SmartCon 2024 by Chainlink. Joining me for this segment, we have Luc Falempin. He is founder and CEO of Tokeny. We're here to discuss unified tokenization standards and how Oracle networks play a role in that. Luc, it is great to have you with us. Welcome to TradeTalks.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, tell us about Tokeny. What's your role within the blockchain ecosystem?
So Tokeny is an on-chain finance platform. So in short, we help financial institutions to tokenize their assets, so issuance, management, and distribution of these assets in a compliant way.
Let's talk about tokenizing assets and why there's such a big opportunity within the financial industry. It seems to be that's a consistent theme here at SmartCon.
More and more.
Yeah.
Traditional finance is in silo, it's very fragmented. So it's very complicated to collaborate, to work together. So you have a lot of intermediaries, a lot of exchange of data, Excel files everywhere. So what we try to do with blockchain is to use a shared IT infrastructure. Everybody using the same IT infrastructure, same ledger, and on this infrastructure, the blockchain, you can transfer value very easily. And it's secure, so people can trust each other, basically.
So, can you speak to how standardization of tokenization and data standards, because it really does come back to data governance and standards, why is that essential for building a thriving on-chain economy?
So thanks to blockchain and this shared infrastructure, you have a lot of native interoperability, but technically speaking. And then you need the operational processes on top of this. So if all the data models are different between players, it's not going to work
you
anymore.
Go back to silos again.
Exactly.
Which is what you don't want.
It's
right?
exactly this. So we try to unify the data flows with different partners, with our solutions for data about the asset, about identities, so the different stakeholders, and also about the offerings. How do you distribute this tokenized asset on chain?
What about the accuracy of the data that's on chain in terms of this, with these solutions in the phase that it's in right now, how important is the accuracy of the data?
So it's accuracy and trust as well, because in finance you have different players, different service providers, and for example you have a valuation agent. It's supposed to calculate the value of the asset. So it's a real source of data, and then he will input this data on chain to be consumed by other stakeholders. So these other stakeholders need to know what is the source of this data and if this source is reliable. Basically, if he's the right valuation agent authorized by a fund, for example, by a fund issuer. So this traceability of data is very important, and for this we need the proper technical solutions.
Yeah. Can you speak to the essential infrastructure that platforms like Tokeny build on top of created unified tokenized standards, and how Oracle networks play a role in all this?
Yeah, so different things. First, we need smart tokens. We cannot just do cryptocurrency type of tokens, ERC20 tokens, because there is not much feature in this. So you need more advanced smart contracts representing the asset, but also the compliance rules and the data linked to this asset.
What's a smart token relative to a digital asset token? What's the difference?
So it's not only a token that you can send to someone.
Right.
It's a token where you can enrich compliance rules and data, and a lot of different things. So these tokens are smart. You have much more rules to make sure they are compliant, and you can only transfer them to people who are authorized. So basically all of these complex financial rules are directly embedded in the token, and thanks to this, they can move freely on chain under the control of the issuer and the different service provider. This is very important. Otherwise, you just do a token that is illegal because it goes everywhere, and then you're in trouble.
Well, I mean, that's part of the industry maturing as well, right? So when you think of it in those terms, what's next for Tokeny?
So we are really trying to build this ecosystem for open distribution. I think we already provide a lot of value for the service providers, the financial institutions, in order to service the asset. So basically issue these assets and manage the life cycle of these assets, corporate actions, etc., cap table management. So that's good. They save a lot of money by tokenizing assets. But now we want to focus as well on the investor side, where investors need to find the utility of this tokenized asset. Collateralization, secondary markets, that kind of thing. So basically opening up the distribution channels for tokenized assets. So we are trying to aggregate a full ecosystem of different types of distributors, partners, data managers, etc., to make something very coherent in the full ecosystem.
All right, Luc, appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks, and thanks for joining me from SmartCon. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.